Yeah, I think I just need to start trusting my instincts when I know that I really don't want to be questing somewhere. That it's probably not going to work out, if I feel that strongly about it. And so we're going to head over and speak with Grimond Elmore. There's a dwarven weaponsmith in Stormwind, Grimond Elmore, who sent word that he needs help with a delivery. I believe he wants a package sent to his homeland in the north. You have a sturdy pair on you, so if you're interested in some legwork, then speak with Grimond. We could use you down here, but we must also keep our ties strong with the dwarves. You can find Grimond Elmore at this weapons shop in the Dwarven district of Stormwind in the northeast section of town. And I actually have navigated us that way while reading. It's an accomplishment for me. What we also need to do, actually, probably maybe more important than anything else, is to visit our trainer, who's going to be over in Cathedral Square? Fairly sure that's where the Paladin trainer would be. I don't know that we've used the Paladin trainer in Stormwind, have we? Can't remember. It's easier to remember things when you play a character more consistently, Robert. Yeah, I know. I'm hoping we have at least a new button to push. Like, Consecrate would be cool. I don't even know when or if we get that. But it would be a good ability to have, just to have something else to do in combat to deal some more damage. Let's see. You're a priest trainer. Here's a paladin. Oh no, you are a paladin. Who are you talking to? First aid trainer. Reagent to vendor. I could have asked a guard, and that would have been, like, the intelligent thing to do. Here we go. We can just look around. We can find stuff. We're fine. Lord Grayson. Shadowbreaker. Of course.
Greetings.
Teach us something. Oh, look at this. New rank of Holy Light. We didn't get anything super cool. Just new ranks of stuff that's, like, inevitably necessary, and it's going to help us out a lot, but... no new buttons to push. And we're broke? Are you kidding me? Ugh. Absolute ugh. Alright, well, let's get to replacing. Rank 3. We need to drag rank 3 down. It's a little tedious, but we have to do this. Seal of Righteousness, rank 2. Don't even know if we've already done that or not. Seal of Crusader, rank 2. Blessing of Might, rank 2. Alright, well I hope, even though these are mostly just upgrades to things that are not new to us, that it will help us out in combats. It has to, right?
You are welcome here.
Archbishop Benedictus. Okay, let's get out of here. It's getting towards the sunset hour here in Stormwind. Very beautiful. We could probably do some smelting, potentially some blacksmithing while we are over here. We do need to find the mining trainer and actually get the next level of mining. I should have talked to that guard and had him mark it on the map for us. That would have been smart. Unfortunately, the thought came a moment too late. Expert blacksmith. Journeyman blacksmith.
Welcome.
Blacksmithing supplies.
Light me with you.
You would think You would just think that the mining trainer would be somewhere around here. I mean, that's what I would think. Guns vendor. Somehow keeping the smog out of his home with no front door. Which I've always loved about the architecture. Like, yeah, there's just no doors. It's fine. It totally makes sense. We found a Grimond Elmore. We found a weapon crafter. But we're just not finding the mining trainer. But let's go ahead and talk
How are you?
to Grimond since we're here. If you've come looking for the finest craftsmen on this or any other continent in the world, then you've come to the right place. Grimond Elmore, at your service. You're here to help with my delivery? Very good.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Oh good, he has
What's
enough.
on your
I was to say, is that it? Stormpike's delivery. The Stormpikes are a respected dwarven clan, and are well known for their fine and discerning taste. So it's no wonder that Gringer Stormpike, a mountaineer of Ironforge, commissioned me to craft him a weapon. The weapon is finished, but Mountaineer Stormpike is far away, in distant Loch Modan. If you plan on traveling to the north, can you deliver this package to him? My last message from Mountaineer Stormpike said he's stationed at the Northern Guard Tower in Loch Modan. Deliver the package for Stormpike to Loch Modan.
Safe travels.
So, how we get there? I was just kind of assuming we take a boat. Oh, you know what? No, we take the tram. We could take the tram from Stormwind. Yes, the tram is over here. We could take an underground subway system from Stormwind to Ironforge. I very nearly forgot about that. That would have sucked. Who knows what I would have done to get us there had I not realized that. What is this building back here? And why have I not found the damn mining trainer yet? I feel like this is leading me nowhere. This is literally just some kind of study hall. I mean, it's cool, but totally confused now. I guess that's where they would have like big dwarven population meetings, like town halls or something. I don't know. But I do know that there does not seem to be a mining trainer anywhere in here, which is incredibly disappointing if true. We're gonna have to run out and talk to a guard. Stable masters even. Hunter
What can I do
trainer is
for you?
back here. Pet trainer's back here. We're finding lots of trainers, but not what we need. It's going to be another dead end, but we're going to check it anyway. Explorers League, well, I mean, there's a quest here. Just checking. You never know what you might find in basements. Sometimes weird stuff's going on down there that might be quest. Alright, what do you want? Who are you? Wilder Thistlenettle.
Well met.
Collecting memories. Many of my friends perished that horrible day when the mine tunnel caved in. If your adventures happen to bring you into that wing of the mine in Moonbrook, please keep an eye out for any sign which might identify them. If you come across any of their miners' union cards, bring them back to me and I'll make sure their families get some resolution from this horrible accident. Is this maybe a quest for the dead mines?
Be good.
Let's just grab it. War of the Three Hammers. What is this? The dwarves of Ironforge Mountain lived in peace for many long centuries. However, their society grew too large within the confines of their mountain cities. Though the mighty High King, Modimus Anvilmar, ruled over all dwarves with justice and wisdom, three powerful factions had arisen amongst the dwarven society. The Bronzebeard clan, ruled by Thane Madoran Bronzebeard, held close ties to the High King and stood as the traditional defenders of Ironforge Mountain. The Wildhammer clan, ruled by Thane Karanos Wildhammer inhabited the foothills and crags around the base of the mountain and sought to gain more control within the city. The third faction, the Dark Iron Clan, was ruled by the sorcerer Thane Thorison. The Dark Irons hid within the deepest shadows under the mountain and plotted against both their Bronzebeard and Wildhammer cousins. For a time, the three factions kept a tenuous peace, but tensions erupted when High King Anvilmar passed away from old age. The three ruling clans went to war for control of Ironforge itself. The Dwarf Civil War raged under the earth for many years. Eventually the Bronzebeards, who had the largest standing army, banished the Dark Irons and Wildhammers from their mountain. Kardros and his Wildhammer warriors traveled north through the barrier gates of Dun Algaz, and they founded their own kingdom within the distant peak of Grim Batol. There, the Wildhammers thrived and rebuilt their stores of treasure. Thorison and his Dark Irons did not fare as well. Humiliated and enraged by their defeat, they vowed revenge against the Ironforge. Leading his people far to the south, Thorison founded a city, which he named after himself, within the beautiful Redridge Mountains. Prosperity and the passing of years did little to ease the Dark Irons' rancor towards their cousins. Thorison and his sorceress wife, Modgud, so hard to read this text, launched a two-pronged assault against both Ironforge and Grim Batol. The Dark Irons were intent on claiming all of Modan for their own. The Dark Iron armies smashed against their cousins' strongholds and very nearly took both kingdoms. However, Madaron Bronzebeard ultimately led his clan to a decisive victory over Thorison's sorceress army. Thorison and his servants fled back to the safety of their city, unaware of the events transpiring at Grim Batol, where Modgud's army would fare no better against Kardros and his Wildhammer warriors. As she confronted the enemy warriors, Modgud used her powers to strike fear into their hearts. Shadows moved at her command, and dark things crawled up from the depths of the earth to stalk the Wildhammers in their own halls. Eventually, Modgud broke through the gates and laid siege to the fortress itself. The Wildhammers fought desperately, Kardros himself wading through the roiling masses to slay the sorceress queen. With their queen lost, the Dark Irons fled before the fury of the Wildhammers. They raced south toward their king's stronghold, only to meet the armies of Ironforge, which had come to aid Grim Batol. Crushed between two armies, the remaining Dark Iron forces were utterly destroyed. The combined armies of Ironforge and Grim Batol then turned south, intent on destroying Thorison and his Dark Irons once and for all. They had not gone far when Thorison's fury resulted in a spell of cataclysmic proportions. Seeking to summon a supernatural minion that would ensure his victory, Thorison called upon the ancient powers sleeping beneath the world. To his shock, and ultimately his doom, the creature that emerged was more terrible than any nightmare he could have imagined. Ragnaros, the Fire Lord, immortal lord of all fire elementals, had been banished by the Titans when the world was young. Now, freed by Thorison's call, Ragnaros erupted into being once again. Ragnaros' apocalyptic rebirth into Azeroth shattered the Red Ridge Mountains and created a raging volcano at the center of the devastation. The volcano, known as Blackrock Mountain, was bordered by the Searing Gorge to the north and the Burning Steeps to the south. Though Thorison was killed by the forces he unleashed, his surviving brethren were ultimately enslaved by Ragnaros and his elementals. They remain within the depths of Blackrock to this day. Witnessing the horrific devastation and the fires spreading across the southern mountains, King Madaran and King Kardros halted their armies and hastily turned back towards their kingdoms, unwilling to face the awesome wrath of Ragnaros. The Bronzebeards returned to Ironforge and rebuilt their glorious city. The Wildhammers also returned home to Grim Batol. However, the death of Modgud had left an evil stain on the mountain fortress, and the Wildhammers found it uninhabitable. They were bitter in their hearts over the loss of their beloved home. King Bronzebeard offered the Wildhammers a place to live within the borders of Ironforge, but the Wildhammers steadfastly refused. Kardros took his people north towards the lands of Lordaeron, Settling within the lush forest of the hinterlands, the Wildhammers crafted the city of Airy Peak, where the Wildhammers grew closer to nature and even bonded with the mighty griffins of the area. Seeking to retain relations and trade with their cousins, the dwarves of Ironforge constructed two massive arches, the Thandel Span, to bridge the gap between Modan and Lordaeron. Bolstered by mutual trade, the two kingdoms prospered. After the deaths of Madaran and Kadros, their sons jointly commissioned two great statues to honor their fathers. The two statues would stand guard over the pass into the Southlands, which had become volcanic in the wake of Ragnaros' scorching presence. They served as both a warning to all who would attack the Dwarven kingdoms, and as a reminder of what price the Dark Irons paid for their crimes. The two kingdoms remained retained close ties for some years, but the Wildhammers were much changed by the horrors they witnessed at Grim Batol. They took to living above ground on the slopes of Airy Peak, instead of carving a vast kingdom within the mountain. The ideological differences between the two remaining Dwarven clans eventually led them to parting ways. Whew! Well, I will say that I learned a lot from that, actually, because I knew bits and pieces, obviously things about Ragnaros, but now we know the whole story. Okay, didn't expect to get into all that, and sorry if you guys aren't into the lore, but when I find books and stuff, I really just want to read them on the spot, because otherwise I will never come back to it. And the lore is actually one of the things that I still love about World of Warcraft Classic, so I want to read those books whenever I can. Sorry if they are too long, or if you're not really into that. Always feel free to skip ahead. Okay, we need a guard. we were looking very hard for a mining trainer, and we just didn't find one.
Need help?
These guards, like, literally wait. Why don't they want to talk to us at all?
King's honor, friend.
Isn't it weird in Classic how some guards will act as guards and give you directions, and other guards just won't? I think it's a little weird. Weird is one word for it. I have two other words. Bullshit. But you know, it's a little more explicit and unnecessary. Let's see if we find any guards in Old Town. I doubt it. We are literally going to have to run all the way out to the trade quarter. Okay, well, I'll save you guys some pain here. He's right here. Or something. Right inside.
Welcome.
Wait, you're a supplier. Where's your master?
Safe travels.
Be quiet. Here he is.
Here there.
Alright. Finally. Alright, there we go.
Good.
Well, I'm gonna smelt some stuff. And if we can make anything interesting, which I doubt, I'll let you guys know. But really right now I'm just trying to make sure we can keep leveling up. Our mining was getting pretty close to being capped at 75, and when we smelt some stuff, if we get skill ups, which we're not going to get many, so I'll work on this, and then I will get us to the tram, and we'll take the subway to Undercity, to Ironforge. Which is a kind of an undercity. It's under a mountain, so yeah. Alright, so now we are gonna go into the Deep Run Tram, which is the subway, basically, that's gonna connect us from underneath Stormwind into Ironforge. So it's a quick travel. Pretty unique quick travel. And we'll just sit and wait patiently. It's public trans. What else are you gonna do? It could be a while. We literally have to wait for it. There it is. Perfect. Welcome to the tram. There's no sitting, really. You just kind of stand and hold on. Notice how we're not on the map, we're actually in an instanced area. But we do have to go quite a ways. Oh look, it's the underwater part. I think we're getting close. Look, it looks exactly the same. Did we go anywhere for real? We did. We truly did. So hey, welcome to Ironforge. I am not going to take any of your quests. Thank you so much. We can head towards the entrance. So this is the city of the dwarves that we read about, Ironforge, ruled by the Bronzebeard clan. I don't know if this will... Oh yeah, it'll burn us. It's hot. It's hot. It'll burn us. The Dwarven architecture is still my favorite to this day. I love their building design, how solid they are, and how they're built into the earth. I'm just running through here to check things out, out of sheer curiosity. Love the bear. Don't particularly want to fall down there, although we could get out. Surprising to see so many people in Ironforge. That's cool. We have to head out into the snowy cold of Dunmoreau. And then we have to head over into Loch Modan. Which I believe is gonna be this way. We probably don't want to just jump off of that, although we could do it in bubble. It's always an option. Probably what we're going to end up doing anyway. At least we're unveiling things on the map. That's good. Shit. Shit. Ooh, that was close. I thought for sure we'd catch a ledge, but we didn't. Trying to discern where the entrance is to Loch Modan. I don't think it's in that building. We could just follow the road and it would likely lead us there. That would not be a bad idea. So this would be the dwarf and gnome starting area. You'd start down here in this corner, then you'd work your way out into Greater Dunmoreau. And now we need to run all the way over to the next area to turn in the delivery and to hopefully open up a bunch of quests over in Loch Modan. That's the hope. I am interested in some of these like random houses. The Amberstill Ranch. I'm sure these are just places that we might need to go if we quested here as a dwarf or as anybody, I guess. I could probably cut out some of the travel, but honestly, in this episode, the travel is what it is. The travel is getting us to a point where I will actually be compelled to keep playing this character, which is what I want to do. I was just tired of being in Westfall because I have leveled too many characters through there too recently. And we were having a hard time. And hard times are fine if you're progressing through content that you're enjoying, but we were not progressing or enjoying. So now we're here. And hoping that we're on the right road. Group of mountaineers.
Great to meet you. What can I do for you?
Okay. Pretty active area today. I'm sure that the least popular alliance race is probably Night Elves. Humorously, that happened to be the first character that I played in Classic. And a male Night Elf nonetheless. What was I thinking? Northgate Pass. That sounds like where we want to be. Didn't really open anything up on the map to be viewable. Stormpike delivery. It's really weird that it's marking this on our minimap. So few quests to do that, I feel like. That is interesting. That's built-in Blizzard UI right there doing that for us. This is an add-on free playthrough. So that's telling us, yeah, keep going. Okay, we got a quest right here though. What is this going to be about? Pilot Hammerfoot, the lost pilot. My friend and fellow siege engine pilot, Moral Hildiv, is lost in the hills. We were looking for a rare ore that's needed for a high-grade blast powder, and during our search, he drove his engine up a steep hill and busted it. Still convinced that ore was in these mountains. Hildiv charged me to guard our engines while he continued on foot searching. It's been days, and I've heard some beastly growls in the hills at night. Moral's tough as nails, but I'm worried. Yeah, we're probably gonna find his corpse. Do we want this quest? Not really. The lost pilot. I think we're just going to continue the delivery. Lost in the hills. Like, that could literally have been anywhere, though. He's lost in the hills. I don't even think he gave us a direction. So... Stormpike delivery totally just stopped tracking for us. Oh, look at that. When we select it in the log, it tracks it. It's not doing that with any other quest, though. Very interesting. And good to know. this could be the world's most boring episode of World of Warcraft. But we're seeing a lot of different scenery. That's cool. Scenery is good. New scenery is especially good. Did we just give up here? We kind of did. Oh, maybe he's right here. There we go. Stormpike delivery at long last, guys. We've discovered Elgas Station. We are now officially in Loch Modan, where we are going to be doing some questing going forward. And yeah, it looks good. It feels good to be in a place that I haven't quested. I haven't done any quest in Loch Modan. We've been through here. We tried to quest here, I think, on the warrior, but we were over level for it, or something happened where we weren't able to do it. And so yeah, very excited to be here. And do some quests that, you know, I haven't done a million times. Always good. Let's find our way into this place, shall we? It's gotta be, if I follow this path here, it will likely lead us where we want to go, as paths often do. And we'll at least turn this in. Very cool place they've got for themselves here. I dig it. It's getting a little mossy, but what are you gonna do? This guy is all the way up here on the lookout.
What's on your mind?
Well, if it isn't a young, bristling paladin, no doubt drawn here by talk of my exploits in fields of battle. No time for stories now, for there are great important deeds that need doing, so if you're looking for glory, then luck shines on you today. Well, this guy is excited. You come all this way from Stormwind? I hear it's getting dicey down there in the human lands, with brigands and orcs running about. Perfect place for a paladin to prove his worth. Aha, so Grimman finally finished my axe. I can't wait to try it against some trogs and kobolds. Many thanks. It was a long distance to travel for this delivery. Here are some coins. And then he's got some quests for us. Alright guys, we are in good shape.
Watch your back.
We are going to take a break here. And when we come back, we will start grabbing these quests and working through content here in Loch Modan. I'm pretty excited. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And hopefully we can just be more consistently on the Paladin now that we're somewhere that's going to be enjoyable to us. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate the support. It means a lot to me. Take care, and we'll see you again soon.